Welcome back. More Christmas stories now. The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, is appealing to well-meaning individuals and corporate bodies to join the government to improve the welfare of internally displaced persons in the state. The governor made the appeal during a Christmas party organized by the state government for IDPs at the Christian Home for the Needy in Uhogwa local council area.
It is Christmas time, a season for giving and uplifting the downtrodden. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki chose the Christian Home for the Needy in Uhogwa, where over 2,500 eternally displaced persons are sheltered, as one of the places to show love. The center's sports field has been converted to an amusement park with bouncing castles, fun rides, music and comic characters to entertain the children. They savored the free ice cream and free food being handed out by the spouses of the governor and deputy governor.
The least we can do is give of our time, our resources, and the love that God has put in every human being, to share that with other humans, especially those who are in need of it.
A mystery Santa Claus handed out gifts to the children, and when unveiled, we are discovered to be Governor Obaseki and Deputy Philip Shaibu. They address the excited IDPs.
I want to assure all of you here that our government will continue to support you.
Governor Obaseki, however, joined the coordinator of the center to appeal for more assistance to keep the place running.
You can see the children are very happy. Today, they don't remember their pain and whatever happened to them. In fact, some of them are already telling me that even before Boko Haram, they have never experienced this before. We are really in need of a lot of things in the area of food, in the area of health, in the area of education, books, textbooks especially, and more accommodation.
Programs like this cannot be fully sustained by government alone. So the purpose of me coming here is to draw attention to the plight of camps like this and to see how we can attract resources beyond what we as government have to support these camps.
These IDPs no doubt had a fun-filled time, one that will linger in their memories even as their predicament remains unsolved.
Away from the Christmas celebrations, some state governors and other political leaders in the country have congratulated the president and leadership of the armed forces for the successful takeover of the Sambisa forest. This is according to the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Mr. Garba Shehu. He says the latest congratulatory messages were received from the governors of Jigawa, Kano, Yobe, Adamawa, Borno, Katsina and Kaduna states. Mr. Shehu says the governors gave an assurance to the president that the whole country supports his efforts to end cases of terrorism. In addition, the governors called on the United Nations, the United States, the European Union and the international aid agencies to sustain their support for Nigeria in order to quicken the resettlement and rehabilitation of the millions of internally displaced persons across the country. Tragedy this Christmas Day, 2 people have been killed after part of a building collapsed at the Federal Highway Barracks in Ikeja, Lagos State. The zonal coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Yakubu Sulaiman, says the building ought to have been brought down since 2014 due to its poor condition. In the meantime, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos, Mr. Fatai Owushini, told Channels Television that the police leadership will take care of those affected by the incident.
Structurally defective-looking clusters of highway police barracks, popularly known as civilian barracks, located beside the police college in Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria's southwest region. It's a black Sunday indeed for residents here, after an adjoining toilet block and the stairway to Wing D block collapsed, killing a sergeant and a civilian.
As of the time that I got here, I met my colleagues and the emergency response team supporting us with a view to getting the two persons that were trapped under the staircase. And before I left here, those two persons were gotten out dead and they've been taken to the mortuary. It's an unfortunate incident.
In quick turns, some of the occupants salvage their properties before the building is finally brought down. Many questions, however, call for answers, as some allege the block was earmarked for demolition as far back as 2014, but was illegally renovated.
Our personnel and of course the Inspector General of Police has taken into priority. One of the things the Inspector General of Police is taking into priority is the welfare of the personnel. We will handle that administratively.
I'm in touch with my executive management at Abuja, and we are making arrangements to give them temporary relief, and that will be done as soon as possible.
As notices are served on other residents of blocks with defect conditions, and the structure built decades ago to accommodate 27 families is being brought down. Hopefully, the police authorities will quickly wade in to cushion the effect of the demolition on serving personnel.
Meanwhile, residents of Igomu area in Lagos woke up to huge fumes of smoke from the head office of the Nigerian Breweries PLC. Although no life was lost in the inferno, which lasted several hours, the fire caused considerable damage to the company's bottling arm. Officials of the National Emergency Management Agency said the fire started about 5:30 a.m.
From a distance of about 200 meters to the Nigeria Breweries headquarters in Igomu, Lagos, one could see the billowing dark smoke indicating a fire incident.
Pick down, pick it up.
And in here is the bottling arm of the company and hundreds of crates with contents destroyed by an early morning fire, which the emergency agencies believe started at about 5:30 a.m. A lot has been destroyed here.
Well, at about 5:30 a.m. this morning, we got a call on our CRM at the control room in Ikeja as a section of Nigerian breweries is on fire. And then we responded swiftly, and when we got there, we discovered it was something very big, massive, and we had to invite sister agencies who are here in support.
Is anyone trapped here?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
About 3 victims have been taken away by the emergency agencies for treatment due to the fire outbreak, but no one will confirm if they are staff of the Nigeria Breweries or emergency agency workers.
Well, we thank God we only have 3 casualties that were taken to the in-house clinic here.
When you say 3 casualties, what exactly happened to them?
They were exhausted.
The appearance of this Nigeria Brewery staff member and his attempt to stop our camera from taking more pictures resulted in this argument.
Because majority of us here, we don't know the cause of the fire presently now.
I know the cause of the fire.
What is the cause of the fire?
Okay, you are a security officer here. You are a security. It started from their generator there because of their negligence of no safety of fire service something. Everything's escalated to the end of where they park their bottles here. What is it?
I don't know the cause of the fire. We are all here to fight to make sure that the fire did not escalate.
What time do you come here?
You understand? The fire should not escalate. Everybody's putting hand on the desk to make sure that the fire did not escalate out of the premises. This is railway. He has not got into the. He has not got into. He has not got into the railway premises. So please, not stop the.
Listen. By 5 a.m., my boy called me. Say there is fire somewhere inside the brewery. They've been calling people so that she should come and see what is going on. So when I came, I got here. I see that the fire is still down where they have their generator. Instead of them to get their fire service or their equipment to be able to quench the fire, no, until it escalated to this point before it affected my warehouses.
Fire disasters such as these are not uncommon during festive seasons, and going by the account of an eyewitness who says the inferno began from the generator room, there may be need for vigilance by all to prevent such disasters from recurring.
In a similar incident, property worth millions of naira have been destroyed in another fire outbreak in Kara markets in Ogun State. Officials of the National Emergency Management Agency claim the fire may have been caused by a faulty generator. He says the swift response of the emergency units, security operatives and members of the public helped reduce the spread of the inferno.
The Kara market, located along the Lagos-Ibadan expressway, is in the news again, and not for the hustle and bustle of the sale of rams and cattle, but for a disaster that has wiped out a large part of the market. Fire caused by a faulty generator. Emergency agencies on ground are supported by traders who have formed a line to hold up the hose. A lot of demoralized faces can be seen, their minds on their losses. The head of the team from NEMA sees the incident as avoidable, provided the authorities are willing to toe the line of development.
As soon as the news broke out at about 10 minutes past 2, NEMA being the coordinating agency, we put a call to fire service, the police, the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps and other stakeholders to make sure that we contain the fire as soon as practicable, because you don't want to reach fire, nothing like small fire. This is not it's not a planned settlement. It's not a planned settlement. Most of the people here are economic migrants. These are shanties in the distance of it. I know no government will allow this to happen under its nose. It takes us to the issue of urban renewal and other things. I know the state government is working in that. I know the state government is even going as far to planting trees both sides of the highways. So a lot of planning initiatives is coming into play in this regard. And we hope it will happen again.
It's not the first time that Kara Market has been hit by fire. So for those traders, it's to come together and ensure that this trend is stopped by making safety the watchword. And now to the arts. Kalani Abbas looks at the concept of different types of apparel people wear, especially during the festive season, in his solo exhibition in Lagos. This contemporary artist looks at a deep interpretation of the clothes people wear on Art Review tonight.
Kalani Abbas is not a new kid on the block, but an inspiration to a lot of aspiring artists. A lot of years has gone by since the national art competition shot him into limelight, and now there's no stopping him. Paradigm Shift in 2009, Man and Machine in 2011, Asiko in 2013, just to mention a few of his solo exhibitions that tells you this young man isn't ready to be brushed aside soon. For his next project, the life of the everyday people catches his fancy. It's seen in Social Fabric, in which works done with pastel seek to understand the different strata in the society.
Ashoigba, Social Fabrics, is actually inspired by a particular leaves called paisley. I realized that paisley leaves is inspired the damask fabric in which we use in most of the part of Africa and Nigeria here.
What makes them tick? Is it their ethnicity, wealth, values, interest, capacities? Pray tell.
Actually, it lets us see our culture, our tradition, and how important our fabric is to us. and to people that wears them.
The subjects in these drawings are broad and layered on a toned paisley leaf, while exploring personal stories that take the viewer down memory lane.
I'll start from a painting called Asho Odu. Festive period is when people use fabrics a lot, especially children. They're happy that the parent can actually get them what to wear for Odu. And in the painting, there's a particular boy in his Ankara designs, not happy because after the fabric, he is expecting more than the fabric, which is the food.
He has over 20 works of art that he hopes will play up the stories that makes time stand still.
Is to take most of us back to our old fabrics, in which some of us have experienced the views in the past, and to see how important they are in our history, and to see that at a particular period and in our history, some fabrics are available to us, and again, other ones will come and others will go.
His path has not always been laced with gold since graduating with a distinction in painting from the Yaba College of Technology, Lagos. One can tell just by looking at his works that he knows what it takes to work his way to the top. And the brains behind the Art Clip Gallery insist that they are willing to provide a platform where emerging artists in the contemporary African art scene can be encouraged to make their good better and their better best.
Next on the news at 10, NPFL clubs receive 500,000 naira each for away victories in the 2016-2017 league season. We'll have more in sports news. Just stay with us.